Well, hello. Hopefully you can see me and hopefully you can hear me. You probably figured out that I haven't quite got the hang of this Twitch thing and I'm still jumping between windows and things. So my apologies about that. If you're new here, like me, you'll quickly learn that there's a 20-second delay between what you see on the video and what's actually happening, but the chat is instantaneous. So if you see me doing something stupid and you type like, oh my god, don't do it, it's happened 20 seconds ago for me. So sorry about that. That's one of the things that's going to be happening. You'll occasionally see me looking down here. This is where I have my netbook, which is where I am checking the chat. I'm not doing it on the screen because I'm definitely going to screw that up somehow. So I'll be looking down here to see what's happening. So let me tell you how it's going to work today. My plan is to show you how I add a mod to the website, and that includes all of the processing and the post creation, and will include the initial playthrough where I take the screenshots. I'll be talking about how I play through. It's not a very big mod, and for those people who are not particularly interested in the mod creation, after I've finished playing the mod, you can disconnect, and that's the end of it. So let's get started. So hopefully you can see my desktop. If not, I'm in big trouble. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the music that was playing in the background earlier from the pre-stream. The first thing I do is I decide what mod I'm going to add, and in this case I have a folder called unprocessed. Now it contains a huge amount of files. I mean, I'll scroll up here and you can see that there's a lot of stuff in there. Some of it has been processed, but because I'm not absolutely sure, I keep it all here. What I do is I order it by size, and then I decide how much time I have available. In this case, I decided I wanted to look for something quite small, so I had a look for something around the 500 kilobytes, like half a meg size. So what we have here is, yes, no shave April. Actually, I always have a beard, so that's the way it is. I decided on this mod called Xen Again. So the first thing I do is I go to my website. Whoops. All right. So I go to the website and I search, because I have such a bad memory, I'm not sure what I've got. So I look, and actually in this case, it's already there. Now, one thing I'll notice is that the image for poll question 130 is missing. So at another point, I'll go back and check that. So what I'll do is I'll open this up, and I'll see that it's just got the very basic details. One person has reviewed it, and there's been some text. Okay, so clearly this one needs to be updated, so no problem. What I do is, I'll go back there. What I'll do is I'll now open this. So if I double click this, I'll open this. All right, now what I'll do is I will create a new folder on my desktop, HL1, SP, Xen Again, and that's what it's called. I will copy those two documents over into there, and I will copy my README over. Copy over. I'll open this, I'll close the file, and I'll have a quick look at the README document just to make sure that it's not been forbidden for me to upload it or anything. And in this case it hasn't, because I have checked. So what I'll do at this point is I will compress those files into a 7-zip file, and that's the reason that I called it the same name as the folder, is the same name as I want the file, because that's the file I want the name to have. And then what I do is I open up MapTap over here and I just drag it in. MapTap installs it and it tells me that it's ready to play. And now all I'll do is I'll play it. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure exactly how this works, is that I'm going to make sure that this is in a window, because it's important, because the software I use doesn't broadcast full screen of Half-Life. So I'll just open up Steam, I'll go to the library. It won't appear in my list because I haven't restarted Steam and it's not installed as a mod. I will properties, launch options, I will call it window, Click close, that's okay. And then when I click play on map tap, it should open. Stop the press. Someone read a readme. Yep, that's right. I read the readmes. All right. So now what I will do, it's just started, but you can't see that. I will pause it. You will be able to see this. Forgive me for seeing behind the box. Call this the game. Sorry about that. Very bad. And then, yeah, that's the one. Click OK. All right, now you should be able to see the game. So I'm going to go to the options, and I'm going to put in my really freaky keys. So I know a lot of people think I'm absolutely crazy with these keys. I'm also double checking to see that you can see the game at the same time. Catching me up. Now the important thing for me here is the... Alright, yes, you can see the game good. The important thing for me here is the screenshot. Alright, and the screenshot for me is the mouse wheel, because I take so many screenshots. Check on the mouse. I don't have the auto aim. I have the filter on. I always put the MP3 volume very low. I'm more interested in the sound effects and the suit. Everything else should be fine. So now I'm going to play the real game, and we'll see what happens. So headphones on for me. All right. So what we got here? Wonder if I have to move these boxes. Do not stack. All right. So pretty boring room. Finally. Alright, so I'm just going to pause now for a second, because I'm going to go back, because the sound is super loud. Too loud. Alright, so back into the game. Alright, so not really much to look at here, just the boxes. Alright, probably should have taken a screenshot at the beginning. Anyway, alright, just need to change my options again. Duck. There we go. Alright, so this is my first screenshot. I'll take a couple in case I get them timed wrong, and then I go. Oh, I'm all over the place today. Alright. Don't know about you, but I always crouch when I'm in a lift, and even jump. Oh, sideways. Alright, so get out of there pretty quick. What's going to happen with that? Nothing. Alright, quick screenshot. Alright, so my keyboard is really screwed up. You guys must be laughing at me for this. Move to the left. Alright. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Had them the wrong way around. No wonder I was feeling like an idiot. Alright, so I don't know what that is, but press it, hit it. No. Ooh, okay, so clearly got to be careful here. Definitely a screenshot. Oh, there's a ladder. Thank goodness for that. Oh, I'm terrible at stuff like this. Alright. Oh yeah, head crab in the head. And now I can't get... There we go, we're in. Let's have a quick look at that. Anything there? Well, maybe I'll have a quick screenshot. Alright, so we're working our way through. Whoa. Thanks very much. Bit of lunch. Oh no. Alright, fair enough. Oh, I heard him. Did you hear him? I heard him. He's up there, there he is. Alright, so really not much choice. Jump! Son of a monkey. Alright. Yeah, always complaining. Right, so not really impressed so far. Lots of green lights, lots of reds. I suppose the green is coming from the glow of the waste, but still. Here we go. Oh, God. Alright, what's going on here? Anything happening? Hello? Hello? Can you? Oh, you heard me. Alright, so we come back to him. Alright, let's see if I can get in here. Yeah, you're right, there's no download link on the page. That's why I'm updating it, so I can put one. Alright, so there we go. So we're in a room with a door. Ooh. So, they all open. All the bottom ones open. Nothing good inside. Well, I haven't really lost any health, so I don't really need to worry about that. He did.
With my brains and your brawn, we'll make an excellent team.
Of course
this
we
is
will.
As far as I go.
Your brains, you can't even get past the table. How about that? There we go. Come on, follow me.
All right.
There we go. Oh, another one.
I'm
Oh,
going
he's
to
a
stay
guy
here and wait for my colleagues.
Oh, well, he's outside. Go on, have a chat with him.
Ah, Freeman.
Oh.
I see you are in this mess too.
I am. You're right.
Hey, Gordon.
Where's that beer? Huh? Son of a bitch. Lots of rooms. Pretty boring so far.
Access granted.
Ooh, yeah. Let's have the soup. So elaborate, these kind of rooms, just for one soup. And even if I closed it, you could jump through the gaps. So put it on.
Welcome to the HEV.
Power me up, baby.
System for use in hazardous environment conditions. Reactive armor.
Alright, now, I'm a girl, so the first thing I do is I save.
Access permitted.
Vital sign monitoring.
Anything interested in here?
Automatic medical
good to see you.
systems engaged.
Alright, let's go and kick some butt. So, a really strange combination of rooms here. Funny little doors.
Activated.
Access granted.
Interface
Oh,
online.
that's a funny door.
A very safe day.
Alright, so, let's see what this does. Ooh. Thank you very much, oh. Got something to kick some butt with. Ooh. That looks quite fun. Wonder if I should save before I go running in there. Yeah, probably. Woohoo! Okay. Surprise, surprise, it's Xen. Oh. Because I'm on TV, I'm going to do it the old school way. Old school. There we go. Son of a gun. Yeah. Oh! No more open. Oh, damn it. They are relentless, those things, aren't they? They will follow you to the ends of the earth. Right. In here, perhaps? Alright, any screenshots? Yeah, that one from here, a bit of a crouch, looking up. Okay, funny rooms, don't remember anything like this in the original Xen, but... Alright, whatever. That one. Some more of that. Can I climb? Yeah, baby, I'm a climber. Oh yeah, I'm a climber. Do you do stuff like this? I do it all the time. I think Valve should hire me just to get out the maps. Now in a minute I might turn around and have a quick look, see where I've come from. But I might be able to sneak a little shot off at the alien grunt, which we can all hear in the background. I want to be careful, I don't really want to slip down. Here he is. Don't move. Bye. Oh, 3. Keep still, keep still. Damn it, I wasted all that energy. Oh, he's a frisky one. Whoa! Hey! None of that! Well, this is a big room for not much fun. Could have put something up there to make it worthwhile. Oh, look at them all. Oh, sleeping, eh? Right, now, what we got? Is it like low gravity or something? Can I be bothered to climb up there? No, I don't think I can. Quick screenshot. Right. So, how do I get out? Can I push that? No. Oh, that's going to break, huh? Definitely going to break. I'm moving back because I'm pretty scared that it's going to explode. Right, so what happened? Oh, it made a hole. There we go. Oh! Ooh. Oh yeah. Take that. Alright, I told you I'm a girl, didn't I? So I'm saving. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just from there? Alright, whatever. Ah!
No lacerations detected.
That's a wall. Gotta climb that puppy. Alright. Anybody else climb up backwards? Ha 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 ha! See ya! Ooh. Oh no. Alright, I'm saving now because I normally die when I get to places like this. Oh, and that's it! Alright, well fair enough. So that's the game. I'm taking the headphones off now. So hopefully I won't get hot here anymore. So we've now gone through the process. So at this point I will quit. And you should be, what are you on? You are on the monitor. Alright. So, it took me 11 minutes 40 seconds. I will remember that because I need to put in how long I played it when I review it. So what I do now is I go back to MapTap and I right click on the map that I just played and I open install folder. So in case you don't know, what we do is when we create a file with MapTap, if it's just a BSP, we actually create a mini mod because this gives us much more control over it, and also if it actually contains any other files, it means that we don't overwrite the main game. So this means that I can delete it without affecting any of the other installed mods or games. Excuse me. As you can see, I've got all of these screenshots. So what I do is I select them and I move them over to a folder I have somewhere else called images to process. So I copy them over here and then I open up that folder. Now I'm going to make that full screen. And what will happen is, because they're BMPs, they take a few moments to display as proper images. I haven't found a way of setting half-life to output in JPG, because if I have a huge mod with like, I don't know, 200 screenshots on my old computer, it used to take ages. My new computer is an SSD drive, so it's much faster, but still. So I'm looking at this. Those two screenshots are not needed. I'll wander through the rest. Those two are very similar, but I'll probably keep them. Okay, those two are definitely too similar, so I'll get rid of that. And then basically those are okay, so I'll delete those. Yeah, so that gives me 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 screenshots. I then open a program called Fast Stone Photo Resizer. Open that one again, and you'll see that I've got the images in here. And what I do is I select them and I add them. So they're now ready to be processed. All right. What I do is the ones that are being processed now will go into the 99 folder, and I check that 99 is the size that they're going to be. Sorry. So all I do now is I convert them, and you can see that that happens very quickly. I've now converted all those screenshots into 99 pixels wide. And what I'll do next is I'll convert them into 1024, and I have a script set up for that, and I convert them. It takes a fraction longer because the Size is bigger, so there we go. And I go and do that for the 3 sizes of screenshots that I supply on the website now. Now I haven't yet found a way of doing all 4 sizes at once, which is a real shame, but I can't do that. It's not a big problem. If it's like a huge amount of screenshots, then maybe sometimes I'll go make a sandwich or something, or do whatever I need to do. I've got the configuration saved, so it doesn't take me very long to do it. So I've now processed, in a few moments, all of the screenshots. Alright, so I can close this. And you'll see now that in the 99, I've got the screenshots, and the 1024, etc, etc. So what I need to do is I need to rename them. So I use a product called Rename Master, and I'm using a very old build, 2.8.1, because I like the way this is laid out. They've made so many different changes, and I found the latest versions quite difficult, so I keep this old version, and I really like it. So what I do is I select on the 99, and I'm going to replace the whole name, and what I do is I go 99, and then I put the name of the mod, then I put another hyphen, and then I tell it to count the files. And it tells me, there we go, and I've got the 0 in front because I always like the zeros. So 99 Xen Again, let me just full screen that, and I rename. And then I go to the 1600 folder, and I do exactly the same, and I just rename them. 1366. Now, as you can see, the process doesn't take very long, and it doesn't really matter whether I've only got 5 images to process or 105 images. Alright, so that's finished. So if I go in here, Xen Again, Xen Again, Xen Again, Xen Again. Perfect. Now what I do is I move them all into the 99 folder. There we go. Move them there. And then what I do is I open up my FTP. I connect to the server that I need to connect to. I open up the media, 2014, 2004. I select this, Control-Shift-N, and I drag them across and I put them in the... Now they're uploading, so that's all happening, no problem. So I'll now go to Photoshop. So what I need to do is I need to open a file called 256 excerpt PSD. Now this is the little image, the thumbnail image that's used on the site, and it has a number of different layers. It's got the icons layer, it's got the text layer, and it's got the images layer. So what I do is I go back to my images to process, and I will select one of those images. Now I normally try and select something that will look interesting for people to watch, to sort of get them interested. I mean, there's not really that much here, but I mean, that one is probably the most interesting. So I'll drag it into here, and then what I will do is I process it, and I flip it by 30 degrees anti-clockwise. I resize it to approximately 40%, but I haven't been having much luck, so I'll do 30. And then what I'll do is I will adjust my windows so I can see all of the files. I will open the images. That's the last image, and I just drag that across. Hold on. To there. Now, I might open that up a bit to give me a bit more space to work in. Now, I just need to play around with that a little bit. Right, now that's too small actually. I've made it too small. I've been using 40%, but this time I did 30. So what I have to do is I have to resize this image. Now I'll press Shift and go with the corner, and it will keep the aspect ratio. And then I press Enter, and that's okay. It's not perfect, but it's kind of, if you see that, you think, oh, yeah, maybe I want to play it. So I don't need to do anything with the icon because the icon is set. Yeah, I got the FTP, but it happens so quick. I don't even think it's displayed in there though. So but I did worry about it. So okay, so I don't need to change the icon because it's already Half-Life 1 because I just posted one about 20 minutes ago. So what I do is I just change the name, and in this case it's Xen Again, and accept. And now what I do is I save for web, and it needs to go in the media folder. You're getting to see all of my folders, but really I've got nothing to hide, and I've got nothing private. So there we go, and I just call this Xen Again. Xen Again. Done. All right, good. Now I'll close that and I'll save it because I always save it just in case anything goes wrong and I have to make the last one again. I'll close that. I don't need it. I won't close Photoshop because we're going to come back to that. What I will do is I will now transfer that folder, sorry, that file, that image that I just made. What am I doing? Over to the FTP. Takes a while. There's a lot of files in here to organize themselves. Okay. So there it is, Xen Again. So I scroll across and I put it in there, and that's copied across. Now that's fine. Now the next thing I do is I'll go to here and I will open something called Steam Grid View PSD. Now this is something I've decided to do for all of the things that I add now. This is the image that you can use with Steam to make things a little bit prettier. So if you see here, if you click on Steam Grid View, you've got all of these images. You can see all of the games. Again, I'm not worried about you knowing what games I've got. And in this particular case, it won't show up because I haven't restarted Steam. Okay, but if I wanted to, I could change any of the images. It's strange that I don't have a forest train one. Anyway, no problem. So there's the last one I made. You can see it's Half-Life Hopeless. So you can see that you can just put it in there and you can add a Steam image. Sorry, I'm trying to read and do everything at once. All right, so we're back. So we're back into Photoshop. Now what I'm going to do here is pretty much what I did with the other image. I'm going to have a quick look and I'll just choose one. Now I don't always choose the same one. In this particular case, there aren't any really that stand out, but I don't really know. I'm not really sure what I'm going to add. Actually, that one would have been quite nice, but it's got my crowbar in. Now, often when I use the image, I don't have a crowbar, so I would take out this particular crowbar. But all I'm going to do, just make sure I'm there, I'm going to drag that across. Alright, and it will be full size, and I might get away with it. I'm going to reduce the size of the window here to 50%. I'm going to resize this, make it a bit smaller. Can I avoid a crowbar? Okay, well a crowbar can be covered by the thing. Alright, that's fine, I'm quite happy with that. Alright, thank you for my manly beard, yes. Alright, there we go. So we're 100%, and then close this one, no problem. This one hasn't been layered as well, so just need to look for the text. There it is. And then I just call this Xen Again. That's it. Nothing else needs to be changed. Of course, if it was a different file, a different game, I'd need to change the icon, and you know, I'd make it, you know, like an episode 1 icon, and then move the icon or whatever. All right. So now what I do is I save this, and this is just a Steam Grid view. I go to desktop. I've got that one. That's fine. No items match your search. Put it in there. Perfect. Alright, close that one. Yes, again I always save it. Now I should have finished in Photoshop, so I close Photoshop. Go back to my desktop. I will delete that file that I created earlier. I don't have to. I mean, if I want to open it, I can open it and then I can copy the Steam Grid view in. Yeah, and that's that. I'll double check it to make sure it's in there. And it is. And then what I would do is I will upload this to the server. Now in this case, this is actually the same server. It just doesn't want to open. Wow, one of those days, huh? Coming again. Oh. Anyway, there we go. Now I will open this here. Double click this. This is Half-Life 1, so I will copy it across. Alright. It says it's already in there. That's fine. I actually think that it was in there before, but it doesn't have the Steam grid view, so I'm going to replace it. And that's done. Alright. With me so far. Now what I need to do is I need to actually start processing some text. And the first thing I do is I do the images. And I have a file, which is this temporary file, which contains all of the different screenshots and how they're laid out. Now, you can see the direct link to the server. I don't have any problem with you knowing that. So I highlight the file name, Control H. I'm using Notepad++, which is pretty damn cool. And then I will just change this to Xen Again. This will replace pretty much everything. I will change this. This is the image thing that allows you to see all of the images in the same set. Now, the last thing I'll change is this, because clearly I don't want it to say Half-Life 2 or anything like that. So I change this to Xen Again for Half-Life 1. Now, I don't normally say 1, but for the text I do. So I've got 18 of these screenshots. So just to make life a little bit easier, I'll take off word wrap and I will delete all of these. It'll make sense in a moment. Bear with me. So I delete all of those. I'll delete those too. And then that is the tab for the 1024s. And then the next one is the tab for the 1366s. So I do exactly the same process. I'll delete all of these. Now I've got 130 screenshots set up and I often use all 130. So it's better for me to have them and then delete them than to have to recreate them again. Alright, and I do the same again for the 1600s from here. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I now copy all of this and I would go into WordPress, which is the software I use to run the website, and I've already gone here and I will, in fact I don't need to do this because it's not a new one. What I'll do is I'll go to this page which has already got the item and we've already got some text in there. Now I'm not really worried about that. So I will add that. While I'm here, I add the featured image. It's currently not really used very much on the site, but it might be. So it's not really much hassle for me to add it. It's used in the thumbnail display. So I just click that one. It goes there, and I set featured image, and it will appear here. All right, good. So what I'll do is I will update this page. No more text, and I will view the post. So at this point it gives me an opportunity to see. Now I fully admit that how the tabs are laid out at the moment are really not very nice, but this is like the default setting, and Alex from Lander Generation is hopefully going to start work in June redesigning the site, and that's when we'll tackle this. It works, it's not great, but it works. So I'll click one of the images and that's fine. I'll just click along here. Now down the bottom here you can see Xen Again for Half-Life 1. That's where that text was. So that's fine, that works. I click for the 1376. I'll either click the same image. Yeah, that's a bit bigger. Everything's working there. And then I'll click 16900. And I can see that I didn't delete something on the 16900. So I'll go back to that in a moment. That's much bigger. Perfect. All right, so I come back here and I'm just looking through all of the text and I see that I didn't delete the 18 and 19. Sorry, 19 and 20. All right, good. So that's done. So I update that. Now what I do is I go back to Notepad and I have what's called a post template. And basically what it is, it's a template, so I don't really have to do much. And in this case, I'm just going to copy this section across and paste it directly into the post. Now, I've got this, and I'm going to keep most of this. So I'll take that, and I'll replace it up to here. Now, what I've been doing with the old, what I've been doing with the old maps is that if they did have an original name, I'll leave it in, because that will help other people find it. Because if I've changed the file name, that can be really bad news for people if they're searching for it. And then here, just put Xen Again. Alright, so I've got the basics. What I need to do is change this here. So it's, I've only recently changed the IP address of the servers, so this is more work than I would normally be doing. Alright, change the date. The template should have the correct dates on it. 2004, and then Xen Again. Now, what I'll do is I'll update very quickly. Alright, so I'll refresh, just want to see what's going on. I've now got the image that I created, got some text which needs to be updated, got the links, but I need to do that. Now the important thing for me to do next is look at the post number, because that number has to be put into here for the download statistics, otherwise it won't catch it. Now you'll see that these are all wrong, so I'm going to have to change all of this, which is more work than it would normally be. Half-Life 1, that's the folder, and then it's called HL1 SP Xen Again, and I can copy that straight across to this. Alright, good. Now one thing I need to do is I need to check on the size. So if I just go back, actually it's in here, isn't it? So I right click, properties, and it's 300, and I just put 321. I don't really know the difference between size on disk, and I don't really care. So here I'll change it to 321 kilobytes, kilobits, 321, and the same, and here. So I've got two downloads, and I can explain that very quickly. Basically, as a user, it's possible for users, if they're in MapTap, if I go to any one of these posts, what they can do is they can download it directly here into MapTap, or they can download it to their hard drive and use it with MapTap, or use it on their own. It's their choice. But the code required is slightly different. Alright, now we've got the 3rd of April 1999. So what I do is a release date. It's the 3rd of the 4th, 1999. So I add that. That's used for the lists, and the same for the file size. This is 321. No, this is 0.32. It's not exactly right, but it's close enough to not really worry about it. Right, then I need to edit the installation. Now I've started adding the word manual, sorry, not manually, manual installation instructions. I think you're missing HL in the file name. Let me go back. You're absolutely right. Think of anything with Joe. Alright, so what I do here is I would tell people how to install it manually. Now in this case it's just a folder. So what people would need to do is they would need to copy this. They would need to copy. Now, not everybody's path is the same, but most people's will be. Xen Again .bsp into the Okay. So here they would say, I would say launch Half-Life 1. Open the console and type map Xen Again and press enter. But as you can see, if you watch from the beginning, I used MapTap because it's so much easier. And I just double check on the BSP file. Right, okay. So I'll get rid of that because that doesn't need to be done. If you need any help, go to that Half-Life page right here. Open Xen Again. It's not quite true, but it's going to be enough for today. Alright, good. So now I have to get rid of that, which was the extra. Alright, and now I need to write something. Okay. So this actually can take more time, even on the short ones. Alright, so how would you say this? Starting in a storage area, you enter the main part of the building via a lift or elevator if you are American. After getting your suit, you travel to Xen and must reach. Now here's a question. I don't always want to tell people the end, so I don't really want to say like you must reach a pod or like a mini spaceship or a train. You must reach the top. Now, yes, they can see it in the screenshots, but the download links are always before the screenshots, and that's on purpose so that if people just wanted to download it without having to see the screenshots, they could do that. So TT time to crate statistics. Yeah, okay, that might be quite fun. All right, so you must reach the top, but then of course there's always the beware. Beware head crabs, vortigaunts, can't spell, vortigaunts, and alien grunts will try to, yes, of course they will, stop you. Da, da, da. Alright, so as you can see, my typing's terrible. Always capitals second time round. Now what I do is I copy this to the extract. I like handcrafted extracts. Alright, now the tags. This is short because it only took 11 minutes. In fact, it's very short because it's under 15 minutes. Very short. Philip says maybe. It's Xen. Some people like to know it's Xen. There are alien grunts, head crabs, and what's the name of that weapon? It's like the, crikey, what is it? It's the displacer. No, displacer. Is it displacer? Oh, I'm going to put it in, and then hopefully in 20 seconds you guys will tell you, oh no, it's wrong. So I'll change that to capital. Now these are called the tags, and they help people find the content. So short Xen. All right. So we update. Go to the page again. Okay. All right. So I'll have a look at that. So one of the things I need to make sure is that the amount of text is bigger than the thumbnail image, because otherwise that can sort of screw things up. Atomic hairdryer, you know, Gore's gun, that's it. All right. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll get rid of the displacer because it's not that. and I'll type in gauze, and that's added. So back to this, everything looks okay. Now what I do is I check the download, and it gives me the seconds. Yes, that's working. Sometimes oh wait, is it the gauze gun or the tail cannon? Alright, I'll have to go back and change that now. You guys are teasing me, huh? If it's a particularly important mod, I'll download it and check that it opens and all of those things. In this case, I won't do that. That's fine. I will refresh because I want to make sure that I've had the download today. That looks good. Back to the page. Get rid of the gauze gun. Third time lucky. Tail cannon. There we go. Alright, good. And we're done. Actually, we're pretty much done. Can't think of anything else to do. I mean, those things... Excuse me. Okay. It's basically done. Alright, so at this point, I'd normally press publish because it's already there. No, that's the... Crikey, we're having a bigger conversation about the name of the guns. What I think I'll do is I think I'll go to the visual tags and I'll have a quick look at my visual tags page. Oh crap, I didn't know these weren't working. Alright, so I learned something. I've got some work to do afterwards. And if you're curious, this is where people can find the content. So for example, if you were really interested in the Tau cannon, like, oh my god, I love Tau cannons, if you can find it, you click on it, and what will happen is it will show you all of the mods and maps that have the Tau cannon listed as being used. So if you're like a big fan of that, that makes life really easy for finding things. So what I do now is I'm happy that this is all okay, but it's always worth reading again quickly, especially in the text. Philip says maybe, and here are those tags displayed as well, so if you want something that says Xen, you can do. Alright, so basically that's it. So now I have to review it. So I installed it via MapTap. I played on easy. I'm going to say maybe because I've already put that in the thing, and my time was 11 minutes, but I'll just put 12. Alright, so this is the hard part. It's not really something that I would be doing live on TV, but it would be something like, well, this is not the greatest HL map you will play today, but considering it's nearly 15 years old, can't too much. There's too much wrong with it for anything other than... Now, I know that I'm soft compared to you guys. Okay, so Daz loves the Tau cannon. Alright, find a way of bringing it into Half-Life 2 then. I know I'm softer than you guys, and many people would say avoid it, but I like to give people the choice. I think the things that we should avoid are like the really shitty one box, one enemy, one gun. Really, those are the things. So there's not really much to say in this. Again, thinking of things to review can take longer than playing the damn thing. I recognise that. So, what am I going to say? Trey? So we'll see if people can do that. That's it. There we go. Now I didn't add crowbar, and I probably shouldn't have even added head crabs as well, because head crabs are pretty much in everything. And the point of the tags is to find content that's really interesting for you. So really I shouldn't add head crabs, but there you go. So you can see I've got my review. I played it for 12 minutes. It's there. I'll just scroll up. Got my review here. This is another feature that maybe is new to you. If you want to jump quickly to a review, you can do that. In this case, it's not particularly helpful because there's only 2, but if there was like a huge row, that can help. Difficulty, the only one who put the metadata, and both of those things are shown. So I'm happy, this is ready to go. Normally, if I've updated a really old map, it would be part of an event and then it would get put on the front page, but in this case it's not. But I'm going to put it on the front page. I'm going to change the date. Where are we? We're April. We are 26th, 2014, and the time is, so I'll make that 14. Okay, I'll update, and then I'll go to the front page just to make sure it's there. And you can see this green arrow. This means that I have reviewed it. You won't see that if you're not a Planet Phillip member, and you will see something different if you're logged in. So if you're logged in and you haven't reviewed it, you'll see a red cross. If you have reviewed it, a tick. So that's like a quick way of showing you whether you've seen it or not. And that's it. So basically, unless anybody's got any questions, which I'll wait for like 20 seconds, that's how it works. And in this case, it's been quite good. I mean, I started this at 2 o'clock exactly. It's been 51 minutes. You can probably see that the actual time taken for posting is about 30 minutes, irrespective of whether that's a huge map with a mod with like 20 or 50 or 100 screenshots. The longest thing would be me thinking about my review, because I find that hard, and really that's it. I mean, each one takes the same amount of time. So there we go. So by the time I've said any questions, you guys should be sort of ready now. So that's it. So that's the end of my first Twitch. I won't necessarily go through this whole process every time, but I might do for some of the mods and things. Maybe it'll just be a case of showing you the playthroughs of the games. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably upload it to YouTube, the YouTube channel, so that there's the playthrough of the game, and I might embed it in the main post as well. I've had a lot of fun making this, so that's it. So really, I don't really know what I do now. I suppose I say goodbye, and then I end the stream. But there's been no questions, so that's it. Thanks very much for watching. And one last thing, I'll probably post a quick post. Sorry, it's a verb and a noun. Every time I plan to do a Twitch, giving you a little bit more time, so that, you know, if you don't follow Twitter or if you don't follow Twitch itself, you know that it's on there, and if anybody wants to watch it, then they can. So thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye.